Have you ever spent days building a voice AI agent, wiring up all the tools, connecting the SIP trunks, and debugging edge cases? Trust me, I know your pain. I've been building voice AI agents using LiveKit, ultravox, Vapi, Retell, you name it. I've tried it. And let me tell you something, it's 2026. We shouldn't be building anything by ourselves. Let me explain. Claude Code has completely changed how we build AI systems. Before, you had to manually write or connect every single tool integration, connecting up with NA10, hours of debugging, reading documentations, fixing errors. But now, if you set up Claude Code the right way, using LiveKit's MCP server, you just describe what you want in plain English, an agent will read the documentation, figure out the how, write up all the code for you, and even correct itself if there are any errors. So in this video, we're going to rebuild my entire production-ready voice AI agent that I previously did a video about, which had RAG capabilities, booking functionality, chat histories. Yes, the whole thing just by talking. Let's get into it. Right, to give you an idea of how powerful this is, I'm genuinely not joking when I say I've spent days building that repo, which I'm going to show you, and we're basically going from days amount of work into just minutes. This is because there's a bunch of files and folders. LiveKit only gives us the boilerplate for a basic agent. I've done it this way because it's very easy to maintain. It's going to be production ready. We can make changes, we swap out different tools, and this is what I previously had built, and that's what we're going to try to be replicating in this video. And this is also great because if you are feeling hesitant of using LiveKit in the past because of the coding part and the technical requirements to get an agent up and running, now you have the ability to do that without writing a single line of code, but you still get the benefits of writing production ready voice agent system, have the control over the complete infrastructure, and you're able to customize it in any way that you'd like, all while reducing the cost from using something like Vapi or Retell. And if you're thinking, well, I've never really had to use LiveKit, I'm more of a Vapi/Retell kind of person, that's what I use to build my voice agents. Well, you still have to manually go ahead, connect up all the different configurations, clicking a bunch of buttons, and you still have to do manual work. And if a client comes up to you and wants a bespoke integration with a CRM or a system that they use, you have to go and read the documentations, understand the full architecture, and basically make that integration yourself. And this takes time and you become the bottleneck. This is actually very powerful. So even if you're not using LiveKit, you're still going to be benefiting from this, and it will save you a bunch of time. And think of it like this: every file, every configuration, every tool is a block in a Jenga file. All it takes is for one API to change, one library to update its dependencies, and everything will come crashing down. And you'll start spending hours trying to figure out the root cause of the issue. But what if there was a better way? What if instead of you being the full infrastructure engineer, you can just go ahead and tell an agent, these are the tools that I want to connect with, go ahead and build it. And that's exactly what we're building today. I call it the voice-to-voice method. We just speak it into existence. And let me explain how this works. So you basically just describe the vision. I want to go ahead and build this. We don't even type. We just say the agent inside of Claude will be connected to the LiveKit's MCP server, which will do the research, the planning. It will produce the code, build it, and fix any of the errors that might crop up because it has direct access to the documentation of LiveKit. It will go ahead and build the complete project for us. And this agentic system is basically the future. As long as we give the agent all of the context that it needs, all of the documentation, all we have to do is just tell it to run this. This is what we want. It will be able to iterate, fix the errors, and build the complete project for us. And in our case, we're building a production voice agent with transcripts, booking, hangout functionality, and chat history. And very quickly before we dive into how we build this is also another big positive, is that we can do this multiple times. We can spin up different agents at once. One could be working on a voice agent for a restaurant, another could be for a dental clinic, one for a customer support service. And what's even better is once we have the core boilerplate system, it's very easy to get Claude to update, integrate this tool, swap out this CRM for that CRM, and you can see how much time we can end up saving. And with that being said, let's dive in and see how we build this system. And if you want to follow along, go ahead and sign into my school community. It's completely free now. You just literally sign in, go to the classroom page, and under free resources, you'll find everything that I'll speak about today, all step by step. And you also get to download the full code that you're able to use. And I'll leave a link to this in the description down below. So first step, what you want to do, if you don't have Claude Desktop, go follow this link and download it. It's very simple. And once you've downloaded it, go ahead and open it up and go to the code section at the top here, and you should see something like this. And this is essentially a UI that allows us to control Claude Code. So if you were hesitant previously to using Claude Code because it's in the CLI and it just looks very technical, we now have a very simple UI that we can use to control the agent. So first thing you want to do is create a folder and select the folder that you want this project to be built inside. I've already gone ahead and done that. The first thing that we want to do is create the claude.md file. And I've already gone ahead and did that for you guys. So all you want to do is go back to the school community, scroll right to the bottom, you'll see under resources, claude.md. So what we want to do is just download this file, and we're going to just add it into the same folder that we just created. And just to be safe, double check that it's in the right place, it's in the right folder. And what this essentially does is gives the agent all of the instruction that it needs. So this basically the brain of the agent. It tells it exactly what it needs to do, how we can follow this 3-step formula to basically take what the user said and correct itself, build the agent, test it, and asked it to use the LiveKit MCP server, which we're going to connect in just a second. And this is the folder structure that we want to use, and just a bunch of information that it needs to be able to go ahead and build a project for us. So what we want to do to connect the MCP server of LiveKit to Claude Code, we want to open up the terminal. So open up the terminal in that same folder that we just created. And this is very crucial. And then go inside my school community again. And this is the only command that we're going to be running today. We're just going to copy and paste this into the terminal here. And that's all we have to do. And you can see the file configured. It's been set up. And another really good MCP server that we should use is called Context 7. And what this does is provide an up-to-date documentation for all the libraries. For example, if you're doing a Pinecone integration, we need to know the right SDK. And this allows the agent to always be correct when creating the code. So we're going to go ahead and also install this. Again, it's just a very simple one-line command. And to check if we actually had everything installed correctly, what we're going to do is just copy this MCP list. And just like that, we now have LiveKit docs MCP connected. We've got Context 7 connected. So everything is set up. And just like that, in a matter of minutes, we've managed to set up everything that we need to. The agent is now ready for us to tell it what to do. So let me go ahead and do that just now. I want you to build me a production-ready LiveKit voice AI agent with RAG capability, booking appointments with Google Calendar integration, a Hangout functionality so people are able to naturally end the calls. Make sure there's also chat history so returning customers are able to get personalized greetings. Please use LiveKit's Docs MCP server and Context 7 MCP server to make sure all of the libraries and SDKs are up to date, and set up the complete project architecture with all of the configurations. Just like that, I'm going to hit enter. We're going to say trust this workspace, and it will go ahead and do that for us. So you're going to get prompted a few times to basically allow access for different tools. So just say always allow. But what I'm going to actually do is cancel everything and stop this because it uses up so much tokens. So I'm going to show you exactly what happened the last time I ran this. I'm genuinely surprised that it worked the first time, and I'm going to show you exactly what happened. So I gave it the claude.md file because I didn't have the file at that stage, so I told it to create it. And I gave it the same instructions as I just did in the other chat. Basically create production-ready LiveKit voice agent. I also included Twilio integration in this part and connect everything up, use all the tools. And it genuinely did this the first time without me lifting a finger. You can see here, it went ahead and created all of these files. There's a lot of files here, and I'll open up the folder in just a second, show you. This is the full system. It literally built every single folder, every single file, and I didn't have to do a single thing. You can literally see I did not message it once. So let's go ahead and open that folder and show you what it did. So inside of my IDE, you can see all of the folders, all of the things set, and he actually used the correct classes and syntax for all of the different configurations. It has the personalized greetings, the entry points, all of the model configurations. All we literally have to do is just set up the environment. So we're just going to copy this and create a .env file with all of our API keys. And as you can see, we also have the direct Google Calendar integration for the booking and scheduling of the appointments. So we don't even have to use NA10. So in this part here, it's used NA10 for the call history at the end of the call. But this could be anything. It could be your CRM. It could be directly integrating into where you need the information to go. So you can start to see the power of this. And even created the dispatch rule for us. And I've built many integrations with Twilio. I can tell you this is actually correct. We also have the inbound trunk, and all we have to do is just change the number that we use, and it has everything ready for us to use. And it gives us two options. We can use the CLI and just run one command to create the SIP trunk, or we can use the console, the dashboard, and it tells us exactly what we need to do to connect the Twilio SIP trunk to our LiveKit agent. This is honestly amazing. So once you've done your environment variables, you have all your keys inside of there. The first time you do this, you're going to have to do the authentication. So you do LK Cloud Auth, and all the information is in the school community. So we can see here in my LiveKit, there's no agents currently. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy the agent. And the command to do that is just LK agent create. It's going to ask me, yep, this is the right one. The secret file is the .env. So we're going to give it a few minutes to basically deploy our agent to the LiveKit cloud. And then we'll be able to quickly test and see if it worked. All right, so it just finished deploying the agent. So what I'm going to do is do agent logs, okay, agent logs. So we're able to see what's happening with the agent. And also if we go to the dashboard, just give it a few seconds, still pending. Yeah, still waiting for deployment to start. There we go. Should be running now anytime. Let's do a refresh. Amazing. You can see that it's running. So just to double check everything's configured properly, you should have all of the secrets here with the API keys. Amazing. And to test the agent, what we're going to do is use the LiveKit agents. Let's use the playground. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and connect.
Thank you for calling Agenix. I'm your virtual assistant. How can I assist you today?
You
and could I get your name,
amazing.
please?
Thank you very much. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Feel free to call anytime. Goodbye.
All right, so we can see first time and it actually worked. And this is honestly amazing. I didn't expect it to. Once we give the agents all of the context that it needs and all of the tools to build the system, it actually does a very good job. Of course, now only thing we want to do, for example, go to the source core and then the prompts. You're able to modify the prompts, the agent instructions. And in here, you can see we all have like the dynamic, variables inside of the agent. So it's able to talk to the customers if they're an existing customer by their name. You can see what they spoke about in the previous interactions and everything. This is actually really, really good. And I hope you can start to see the power of this. And just to reiterate, it really did this the first time running. And I really didn't have to do anything other than just set up the environment keys and click deploy. And if you made it this far, you're clearly very serious about building voice AI agents and you want to use this. So go ahead and sign up to my free school community, log in. You're going to have all of the instructions, all of the code that you need to get up and running inside the community. And with that being said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, take care.